Hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey. Happy Bible Talk Tuesday. Hey y'all. I'm hyped. My birthday tomorrow. But anyway, I prayed over my book and I opened it to Esther 3. It's short. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to talk about what I learned or what I may have heard. So it's called Haman's Plot to Destroy the Jews. After these events, King Xerxes honored Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Agagite. I don't know if it's Agagite or Agite, but yeah. Elevating him and giving him a seat of honor higher than that of all the other nobles. All the royal officials, as the king's gate, knelt down and paid honor to Haman, for the king had commanded this concerning him. But Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor. And then the royal officials at the king's gate asked Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the king's command?" Day after day they spoke to him, but he refused to comply. Therefore they told Haman about it, so whether Mordecai's behavior would be tolerated. I'm going to start that sentence over. Therefore they told Haman about it to see whether Mordecai's behavior would be tolerated, for he had told them he was a Jew. When Haman saw that Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor, he was enraged. Yet, having learned who Mordecai's people were, he scorned the idea of killing only Mordecai. Instead, Haman looked for a way to destroy all Mordecai's people, the Jews throughout the whole kingdom of Xerxes. In the 12th year of King Xerxes, in the first month, the month of Nisan, the that is the lot, was cast in the presence of Haman to select a day and month. And the lot fell on the 12th month, the month of Adar. Then Haman said to King Xerxes, "There is a certain people dispersed among the peoples in all the provinces of the kingdom who keep themselves separate. Their customs are different from those of all other people, and they do not obey the king's law. It is not in the king's best interest to tolerate them. If it pleases the king, let a decree be issued to destroy them, and I will give 10,000 talents of silver to the king's administrators for the royal treasury." So the king took his signet ring from his finger and gave it to Haman, son of Hammedatha the Agagite, the enemy of the Jews. "Keep the money," the king said to Haman, "and do with the people as you please." Then on the 13th day of the first month, the royal secretaries were summoned. They wrote out in the script to each province in the language of each people all Haman's orders to the king's satraps, the governors of the various provinces, and the nobles of the various peoples. These were written in the name of King Xerxes himself and sealed with his own ring. Dispatches were sent by couriers to all the king's provinces with orders to destroy, kill, and annihilate all the Jews, young and old, women and children, on a single day, the 13th day of the 12th month, the month of Adar, and to plunder their goods. A copy of the text of the edict was issued as law in every province and made known to the people of every nationality, so they would be ready for that day. The couriers went out, spurred on by the king's command, and the edict was issued in the citadel of Susa. The king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city of Susa was bewildered. And that's it. And so, if y'all don't know who Esther is, Esther was a virgin, and at that time they went and collected all of the virgins. I said collected, but that's exactly what they did. They went to go get all of the virgins of, I guess, the territory, and they brought them to the king. They had to go through like the beauty treatment and all of that stuff, and whoever pleased the king was going to be the queen, because Vashti didn't want to do what the king asked her, so she got kicked out. He brought somebody else in. We talked about that before. So now Haman, he hates the Jews because of Mordecai, and he wants them all dead. But the king was, I can't remember what he did, but the king was honoring him, and Mordecai was like, "I'm not bowing down to you. Like, I don't care who you are. You're not my God." And so now Haman is like, "All right, well, I don't just want to kill Mordecai. I want to kill all the Jews, because if Mordecai can do it, what's stopping anybody else from doing it? So, therefore, he went to the king and he like, all right, well, these people did this, these people did that. Can we like figure something out? Like just have them all killed, every one of them, women, children. He don't care, and that's crazy because he has kids and he has a wife. How can you do that? Like, whatever. So now Mordecai is like about to be in shambles because he's like, I just don't understand how you went from hating me, now you want to kill all my people. But the good news is that God was moving in the background, which he does all the time. We may not see or feel or believe that he's doing stuff, but God is actually moving in the background. And that just brings me to say that, like, sometimes we may pray for something and then we are like, well, God didn't do it. God didn't do it. That doesn't mean that he didn't do it. Maybe he's just delayed in doing it. And maybe he's not even delayed because he already did it in the spiritual realm. We're delayed. And we're delayed because he has things. He has like think of it like a puzzle. He has a lot of puzzle pieces that he has to move around to put in place so that whatever we're asking for can be done. And sometimes we get so impatient that we try to move before him, but then if we do that, the puzzle is not going to be complete. It's not going to be a complete puzzle. Or if it is, it's going to be messed up, or it's going to be like the pieces are going to be in the wrong places. So because we get so impatient, we think that God's not doing something in the background. Whole time he's doing everything in the background. Remember, Esther became queen. She's a Jew. So, of course, now, okay, Esther is king. Mordecai eventually goes to Esther like, hey, you were brought here for such a time as this. So now, again, God moved in that background. So Esther has like physical connection with power. So it's just amazing to see like God really just moving, and like nobody thought that like this would happen. So the fact that Esther became a queen and Mordecai is like, oh well, Haman's gonna try to kill us all, and that's including you because you're a Jew. And Esther is like, no, I'm gonna go talk to my husband. She didn't want to, and you could kind of tell, but she did it anyway, and she did it in a way that pleased the king. And he was like, okay, well, that's not going to work for him. So just remember that God is moving in the background. He has to move around things. Like you may be asking for a husband, you may be asking for money, you may be asking for whatever the case, or whatever you're asking for. God has to put that stuff in place. He has to teach you while you're in this waiting season. Like while you feel like you're being delayed, he's teaching you how to prepare to be able to handle whatever that is that you're asking for. So just remember that. But Haman was so mad, and like that's how the enemy be. Like he be mad when like things don't work out his way. And just remember, the enemy is never going to win. And it said in here somewhere, Haman's the enemy of the Jews. Yeah, the enemy of the Jews. And that says that in verse 10, the enemy of the Jews. The enemy. I'm not bowing down to you. I'm not. And that brought me back to like yesterday. My pastor preached at Enon, and he talked about laying down your idols and how God is not going to move until we lay down our idols. And I feel like everybody that was bowing down to him was making him an idol. And remember, an idol is putting anything over top of God. Why am I bowing to a human? I'm not doing it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not bowing down to no human. Like, are you serious? No. The only time I bow is to bow to God when I'm going in his presence and I'm going to go speak to him. I'm not about to sit here and go bow down to somebody else. Are you crazy? Like, no, I'm not doing it. And that's what pissed Haman off. But Mordecai was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not doing it. And I'm happy that he did that because it shows his people, like, stand up for your God, your one and only God. Haman is not our God. I'm not bowing down to you. I'm not bowing down to another human being. What can you do for me that God can't do for me? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Like, and he was mad. Oh, well, stay mad. I don't care. He would have been mad at me too because I'm not bowing down to you. Are you crazy? And if that mean I gotta die, then I gotta die. Because again, I'm not about to bow down to you to your brother, to your sister, to your cousin, to your aunt, uncle, godmom, grandma. I don't care who you are. I'm not bowing down to you. And that brings me down to bring me down. Brings me back to in Daniel 3, when the three Hebrew boys refused to bow to Nebuchadnezzar. Nobody is bowing down to y'all. Y'all are not our gods. And Nebuchadnezzar put them in the fire, and they didn't die. They didn't even smell like smoke when they came out. And it's just crazy how these people who want to be like high of power be wanting us to bow down to. I'm not bowing down to you. Simple as that. I'm not bowing down to you. And I don't know like what they want from us, but it ain't gonna be for us to be bowing down. Put them idols down. Don't bow down to no idols. Don't let no idols come in and take the place of God. And that's going for me too. I'm not perfect. I keep telling y'all that. I'm not perfect. But I have idolized. And if I'm being honest, I probably do still got some idols. And that's okay. I'm learning to put them down. And that's why I wrote my book. Because I'm like, God doesn't like idols. He will literally take those idols away. Like, we idolize so many things, and it'll be things that you don't even think that you could idolize. And I just hope that y'all learn to like stop putting them idols ahead of God, and just know like God is king. That's the only king I'm bowing down to. I'm not bowing down to anybody else. So I hope y'all have a great Tuesday. I will see y'all on Thursday, maybe, because I'm gonna be on vacation. So I'll let y'all know if I'm doing Thursday, but I hope y'all have a great day. Lay them idols down, and don't let nobody stop you from believing that God is working in the background, because I promise you he is. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.